Hi, welcome back to my little corner of the internet and my room because I love talking about arts and crafts and things of that nature. I am going to do a junk journal tour, basically recap of last year. The beginning of 2025 is when I really got into junk journaling and scrapbooking. I'm low-key like a hoarder, especially with like sentimental things, and I don't want to throw anything away. And I think having photos of ephemera and stuff are really cool, but there's nothing like actually like holding it. And I'm like, wow, this like literally existed during the time that I remember, and I can feel it and I can look at it. That is so special to me. I need every journal that I have to make sense and like have its own rules and like have my own like journal ecosystem. So then I decided my new rule for my journal is to make it a free-for-all. Like, I just like to have everything in the same place because then there's no way I can abandon the journal. I literally have a junk journal collage, and then the next spread will be me talking about like the darkest things going on in my life. And that's just what makes sense for me. I don't really want to have my own dedicated scrapbook journal because I'm worried that I will abandon it and forget about it. So this was the first spread that I did, probably very early 2025. And this was like a practice spread for me. I didn't want to use the kind of like special junk that I was leaving for an actual collage, but I wanted to make sure that I could physically do a collage and that I would enjoy it and that it could look okay. I literally have like a Wendy's Frosty coupon because I was like, let me just like see how it worked. I realized I did really enjoy it and it was a good creative outlet. Now I can use my actual scraps that I've been saving, and these ones I've been saving from my first Japan trip. I went in late 2024. That was the first trip where I very consciously was like, I'm going to save scraps and ephemera and things from this trip and I'm going to make a collage out of it. So like this was the first thing I ever bought in Japan at the airport, which is like an apple soda, and I saved the wrapper from it. There's some like receipts and like my plane tickets, some little things from some packaging of stuff that I bought, like little blind boxes and stuff, another candy wrapper, and then a ticket to this temple that we went to. And then the entire background was the gift bag from the Miffy bakery. So there's this like subtle kind of Miffy pattern on the back. So I didn't want to put too much on this page because I wanted you to be able to see. And then my sister, when I got back for my birthday, gave me this sushi washi tape, which was actually so perfect. She didn't even know I was like scrapbooking, but it worked perfectly for my Japan spread. And then I did a part 2 because I had obviously a lot more receipts. And then I had this sort of like fold out section of this pamphlet. I wanted to still be able to like see it, but we had like an inside joke with this and they were like, girl, put it in your junk journal. So I was like, period. More like milk wrappers and like blind box wrappers, another drink that I bought, some packaging from like Hysteric Glamour, and yeah, just like wanted to fill up the page with more Japan related things. These ones were like my first official ones, so I kind of played it kind of safe. I mean, they're not my favorite, but they're cute and they're like good memories. And then right after that was my birthday from late 2024, but I kept the scraps and did it in 2025. These were like snacks that I bought in Japan that I ended up finishing when I got back, like souvenirs that I got for myself, so I put it on this side because this still represented like November for me. And then the entire backdrop was this really beautiful tissue paper that I got in my Tank Air package from the Tank Air sale. And I thought it was so beautiful. I love when I can find something to cover the entire background with, so I at least have something laid down. And then I bought a dress from this brand Piatori for my birthday, so I put the tag in here. And then this really tied it together. This was like the perfect junk to find. My sister put this little banner on my birthday cake, which was so cute, and then I saved it and put it in. And then I hosted a dinner party that year, and I put little like place cards for everybody, and I said thankful for their name because it was kind of like a Friendsgiving birthday combo. This was something that my friend Crystal gave me for my birthday, so I decided to put that in there too. And then this was my Christmas spread. Again, saved the junk for later, but I really like this one because this really like screams holidays and Christmas. Like I feel like I really ate with the theme. So the background was the wrapping paper of a gift that my roommate Kim gave me, and it's like the most gorgeous wrapping paper, so I definitely wanted to save it. A little Glossier sticker. I probably have a Glossier sticker from every single year since like 2017. So this was a winter 2019, and then some more like wintry stickers. This was like packaging, and I thought it was like the perfect little frame to put something in. And then this is a little gift card I got from my friend when I was doing this collage. I went to Fievel is Glock. My friend Nat got me a free ticket to go, and these were our wristbands, and I wasn't even like planning on doing this, and I didn't even realize that the wristbands are perfectly red and green, which like matches with the theme so well. And then around that time as well, I think I went to my friend Nat's show. So it really tied in together going to the concert with them. I guess I didn't junk journal at all like this summer. I decided to come back into it and do just kind of like an easy collage. And this one is just a collage of all of like the blind box paraphernalia that I still have. And this one is just really easy because everything is so cutesy. It all matches together. It's pretty easy for me to tap into what is like girly and cute. So like it really was kind of a no-brainer for me. I tried to add as many characters and blind boxes that I had. And then honestly, this was another happy accident. I put the Kewpie bag and the Kewpie doll right here. And then I honestly unintentionally put these Kewpie Mayo sort of pictures from a gacha that I got in Japan. So that's like my Kewpie corner. And yeah, there's just like a bunch of different, there's like Sunny Angels, Nyota, Momo Bunny, Happy 3. I forgot what this little character was from Pop Mart, the Crying series. And I kind of like the Growing Up Your Way because it's kind of like symbolizes like me being 26 and loving blind boxes. And that's me growing up my own way. This one was a little bit harder because I didn't have like a full backdrop to put everything on. So I just added some polka dot paper. I really like the way this looks. It came out really well. Right after that, I did my birthday spread. And this is my most recent spread, and it's my favorite one that I've done so far. Again, it was a little bit hard because I didn't have a background to really use. So I used some plaid paper. I used some tissue paper from some of the birthday gifts that I got, and I laid over this like lace decal. And then this kind of pink pinstripe background was this like gunmachang, again from Japan, this like chopstick packaging that I got. And I love the pink pinstripe, so it really tied like the pinky sort of color scheme in together. From A24 I got my birthday card, and there were balloons obviously, so I put the balloons from the A24 card in here. This was a little card from my roommate from last year that says happy birthday, and I thought it just really tied in like the birthday theme. I went to a karaoke bar for my birthday, and I tried to take as many pictures in the photo booth with my friends as possible, and the ones that had multiple friends in it, and I cut them out and I put them in. And then I went to a Chinese restaurant for my birthday dinner, and I put the fortune that I got from it because it's kind of like a tradition with my friend group at this point that we go to this Chinese restaurant, get fortune cookies, and that kind of like solidifies, I guess, your year. So mine says your health will be vibrant and full of energy, which is what I'm hoping for. I had these old cake puffy stickers literally from my childhood, and I usually hoard stickers, which is why I love junk journaling, because now I have a place to actually put my stickers and my stationery instead of just like letting it collect dust. So I put some strawberry cakes on there, and then I wrote out 26 B-Day. And then I also got some music note stickers from a flea market recently, and I decided to put those because I was kind of saving those for like a cute spread as well, and it matched perfectly because, you know, it was a karaoke bar. And this little Nyota thing just like really reminded me of a birthday, like princess. So I honestly really like the way that the spread turned out. It's just very me. I also did 2 vision board nights, one for 2025 and one for 2026. So this was my 2025 one. My friend Ash hosted it, and she had a bunch of magazines for us. It's kind of just like manifesting the vibe for the new year. So this was the one that I did, and just to like wake up out of the past, heaven awaits you, just like expecting a lot from that year, and a lot did happen in 2025, and I feel like everything was for the better. And then yeah, usually when I do these collage nights, like I kind of just do like a general vibe, like just like some pretty things. I liked this like really big eye, and I just wanted it to give like fresh and like new beginnings. So this is my 2025 vibe. And also like I loved her makeup when I was doing this collage, like the kind of like minimal eye makeup, bright lip, bright cheek, and I actually ended up doing that a lot this year in 2025. So this was my new one. Again, I did this with Ash and Hannah and our friends. So this one, I have like the forefront, the focal is definitely this like kissing statue. Love, romance, I'm kind of hoping for that. And then even this, like it was a little love note that said, for the one who gives me butterflies. And then why don't you, forward motion, again, just like moving through the year with more purpose and wanting to achieve more things. And then there was a little piece about Oasis's reunion tour, which was like one of my highlights of 2025. So I needed to have a little Oasis corner. And then it says, you and I were gonna live forever, which is one of my favorite Oasis songs. And that's just kind of how I want to live this next year. Kind of like I'm invincible, like just doing a lot of fun, cool things. And then Los Angeles, just really want to explore more of the city because I'm finally kind of feeling like LA is more like my home after living here for now my 3rd year. And then heart on the sleeve, I just want to live a little bit more boldly and authentically, and just more tenderness. This is like holding hands. And yeah, I love how I found, for this one, I found Paper Bag by Fiona Apple, who's one of my favorite artists. And then in here I found Fuck Me Pumps by Amy Winehouse, who is another one of my favorite artists, and she was in my top 5 for Spotify. So I really do love this collage. I feel like it turned out really, really well. Those are all of the collages. It's one of the few crafts that I've really been consistent with, especially because I keep accumulating more trash and more scraps. Ever since I started just using this journal as kind of like a whatever goes type of thing, I've been using it so much more, and I'm actually like on the road to finishing it. I just like the idea of my journal of the time being like a time capsule of like everything I did that year, or I mean, this journal spanned a couple years, but yeah, just the idea that like I can look into this journal and see every thought and every move and every to-do list and every collage that I ever had in one place. That really works well in my brain. So that was my scrapbooking wrapped. Thank you for watching. For those who are interested, I will do more journaling scrapbooking content soon. Bye.